Time with my family on Sundays were always memorable. Whether we met up at my grandma's house, my uncle's house, my aunt's house, or at my mom's house, we all came together as one, as a family should. The majority of the time, we always met at my grandma's house. My grandma stayed in this very close-knit neighborhood where she only had like 2 or 3 neighbors, and where everyone just got along. You didn't have to worry about any violence or any animosity or anything. And just the welcoming spirit that you get from when you enter her house made everyone want to be there. Whether it was from how the way the sun beamed on the white swing in her yard that everyone swung on, or the whistling of the wind blowing the leaves as we sat on the porch and had hour-long conversations. It was always a good time. When we were together, we often discussed a lot of things, whether it was sports, the latest gossip, or just family things that needed to be talked about that often were put to the side. On Sundays, it was just a way for everyone to unleash everything that they had endured the week. No one had to work, no one had school. It was just time to be with each other. We often had our disagreements, but before we would depart, everyone made sure that we knew how much we loved each other and that nothing could change that. Oftentimes, we did gossip a lot, whether we talked about who was pregnant, who was seeing who was sleeping with who. But what family doesn't do that? Because we didn't have to worry about it being out in the streets or being told to anyone else, because we were a family. We were together. We took up for each other. We were there for each other. Oftentimes, like now, we barely get to see each other as we normally would. But when we do meet up on those Sundays, we always catch up and we always backtrack or think about things that we always have done or will do. Now that my grandma has passed, we don't meet up as much as we used to, but we still find time to do it at least once or twice in like 2 months. Even though we've had deaths, we've had disagreements to where we didn't have people talking, everyone still knew and everyone still knows today how much we care about each other and how we feel. Sundays with my family were always fun, especially when it was time to eat. The aroma and smell, of the greens, the macaroni, the cheese, the cornbread, the mashed potatoes, the pork chops, it just made a common spirit on everybody because everybody knew it was time to eat. And those conversations that we used to have after we ate were always memorable too. We used to sit around and just talk about people, family members that have passed on and how they made changes in our lives and how they've influenced us today. And we all could just sit and laugh and talk about it. Things that we used to do on Sundays with my family, you couldn't just do with everybody. Like you couldn't just do with your friends, or you just couldn't do it with people that you're cool with. You had to understand the animosity, the warmth. You had to understand just how our family was in order to be there. To this day, no matter how bad we get each other, no matter what we have towards each other, what disagreements we've had the next day, I guarantee you, on Sundays when we get together, none of it doesn't even matter. We often talk about things like that over the phone, like why we don't meet up and why we don't do this and do that like we used to. But when we do finally have time, when everybody is out of their busy schedule of working, school, taking care of kids and all that, and when we do meet up on Sundays, all that stuff, it just falls into place. It comes together. And that's what makes spending time with my family on Sundays so special. The memories, the laughs, even the disagreements. all make me understand why being together and spending time with family is more important than anything in the world. And I'm Johneshia Roberson, and thank you for listening.